Do I really need to match my lipstick to the book? Not really, but I love it. Hello walls, what's up? Hope you're good. So today we're gonna talk about Brightly Burning by Donne or Donne. I still don't know. There is absolutely something wrong with me, but yeah, I wanted to talk about this one because I finished it like a few days ago and I loved it. It was rated 3.75 by 900 people only. I'm quite surprised. I rated 4 stars, so I'm gonna explain you why now. First, this is a YA sci-fi, obviously, and this is a retelling, and there is some romance happening in there, so yeah. This is a retelling of Jane Eyre, the story written by Charlotte Bronte. This is basically Jane Eyre in space, which I was like, all in. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to love that book that much, or not at all. I mean, just because on the cover I was so scared I will read only about a love story, but actually this is a great retelling of Jane Eyre's story. I was super impressed. I was about to review it, but I should maybe tell you the plot. That will be maybe better. So a volcano erupted on Earth, so they had to escape because the volcano blocked the sun, so it's too cold to live on Earth, so they escape via starships, and they all like separated. They are very luxury one, they are private one, they are like just for anyone, and they try to survive that way, but you know, they cannot stay in space for 1000 years because they need to eat, they need air, they need water, etc. And Stella lives actually on a not that good starship, and she has water rations, food ration, etc. But she's also alone. She doesn't have a family, so she had friends she trusts. She's an engineer but also a teacher, and she prefers to be a teacher than an engineer. She's just sick of being on that starship, so she's gonna try to apply for another job on another starship, and she failed like 1,000 times until one private ship tells her, "We'll be glad to have you on board." She's gonna go to that ship, and actually this is a very big one, but not as big as the one she was in previously, and there are only like a few members in there, like less than 10, and there is no water ration. She has a real room. She's allowed to take a shower. She doesn't have to like say no to her water ration to be allowed to take a shower, so like that's insane. And she has proper food and everything. She ate meat, and which wasn't the case on the other ship, etc. So she ends up pretty good there. There is a captain. The captain name is Hugo. He's like just a few years older than she is, and he's kind of quirky and everything, but he's adorable as well. So yeah, she's gonna be there on that ship, and she's gonna teach the little girl you know, everything, because she's gonna be the only one teaching her stuff. And I feel like this plot, this summarize, is going to be too long, but sorry. So to finish it as fast as possible, so she feels okay on that ship, but she feels also that something weird is happening. She doesn't know if the boat is actually haunted, and she will realize that she's in the middle of some kind of conspiracy, and that's where my summarize ends. It was time to... For me, it was really character driven, but maybe that's just me, I don't know, but I really loved the crew. They were so lovable and caring for each other. They weren't all related, I mean DNA wise, but they were family, and I really loved the crew so much. I wasn't expecting to love that book that much, but I didn't need like 200 pages to dive into the story. I was in there from page 1. I loved everything, and the characters were so fun to read about. The love story actually was cuter than I would think it would be, so I didn't really mind it in some way. I started to think that actually I don't mind romance in YA as long as it's not the main thing in the story. Or maybe I just hate romance in contemporary book. That's something I will try to figure out. I found the story epic. I love the fact that it was a sci-fi, but because I believe that some people are scared to read sci-fi because they expect it to be more complicated than it actually is, you know, with some terms, vocabulary, etc. that you need a dictionary to look into. But this was very accessible and everything is explained very well in it. So don't be if you don't read sci-fi because you don't want to be like lost because of the vocabulary, etc. I totally get it, but this won't be the case with this one. And you know, most of the time when it's a retelling, you know what's gonna happen, so you're expecting it. I was constantly on the edge, like on the edge of my bed, waiting for something to happen. I was like, I know the story, I know the original story, but I don't know what's gonna happen next. So I really enjoyed that. It was like, I wouldn't say it was fast paced because it wasn't the case all the book, but it was intense. It was like tensed all the time. I really loved it. It was kind of mysterious, but at the same time with a lot of adventures, and you know something's gonna happen, but you didn't know what. So it was like right or left, pick, make your choice. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe not. I don't know. So yeah, lots of adventures, and I didn't expect all the twists in there. I thought it was a very refreshing retelling. It could definitely be a movie, not a show. Please don't make it a show, but a movie it could definitely be. I just want to say a few words about Stella. So she was a very deep character, relatable, and the total opposite of selfish because she loved teaching and she always cared about the others. She easily feels bad for the others, etc. So I really loved her. And I really love relatable characters because they're not perfect. They make mistakes and that's totally fine because we all do in real life. So yeah, I love when they're relatable, realistic, you know what I mean, like, obviously. And Hugo, how can I say that? He could be my second bookish boyfriend. Like, the first one is Luvian from The State of Sorrow by Melinda Salisbury, but then Hugo is maybe the melodramatic side of his personality. Like, he was always doing too much, he was too extreme for me. But when I say too much, it wasn't too much like he's gonna make his proposal like over crazy, overdone. I know, it's just that when something happened and he couldn't handle it, he will just escape or maybe even leave the ship or go somewhere super far, and that's actually what I do. Every time something goes wrong, I change countries, so even continent. So I was like, Hugo, I'm here. Hugo, he was so mysterious and charming and witty and everything. I really loved him, and them together, they were actually super cute. They were cuter than I would expect them to be, so yeah, it's okay, I ship them. And he's a reader, he loves books, so maximum points for him. What I also loved, by the way, talking books, is that I have felt some The Beast and Beauty kind of vibes because he had a library only for him, but when Stella came in, he allowed her to have access to it. So I can see Belle coming there and seeing the library and picking up books and everything. So it was funny to read that part. That part was really funny. Yeah, I loved it. It was cute. And books. Overall, I love that book so much. All the twists and everything. The fact that it wasn't that predictable. I mean, at least for me, maybe it will be for you, but for me, it wasn't. I really enjoyed everything there. It was fast-paced and then slow-paced, so it was a perfect mix for me. And the writing was good. I mean, it wasn't magical, but it was really good. I love the fact that it was a sci-fi for a change because I mostly read fantasy. So I was glad that I have picked a sci-fi for a change. World building wise, I really loved it because I could picture everything, and I loved when authors just imagine a vocabulary or a word, etc. I mean, like, they were all using the word flex instead of you know, I'm not gonna say that here, but f you know, instead of shoe, you say, well, you know what I mean, like. So I really love that kind of detail. So yeah, And yes, it was a romance, but I didn't feel like it was an insta-love, or maybe I got it wrong. I don't know, but I didn't feel it that way, so it was such a surprise. I'm happy with the book. Let me know if you have read it and what you thought about it. I'm very curious. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching again, wolves. Thank you so much. I know my community is growing up on Instagram, and I'm so happy with that. And thank you on BookTube for watching all my videos. I love you all so much. Take care. See you. Bye.